I finally joined Perico Karting for one of his community 50 lap races. I'd been invited along several times in the past, but always with a clash in my diary. It just so happened, on this particular weekend, I was free. Even better for me. The race was at Sheffield. It had been suggested that I should start from the back, seeing as I have the home advantage. So imagine my joy when I came up the ramp to discover
I'm starting last!
Except we have some unexpected guests. Goose and Jester of Team Top Gun just happened to have booked on too. So now, of the 19 drivers, I'm 16th on the grid. I'll need to make plenty of progress on the first couple of laps then.
And the light goes green and let's go racing.
I get a better start than the driver to my left, moving to cover the inside position off. It gets typically bumpy at turn 1, and at least Josh knew it was going to happen. I follow him around the outside of turn 2, gaining not 1, but 2 places, before waiting patiently through Top Pit's bend. I brake later than Josh, but I'm on the outside carrying more speed, and I'm through up into 12th place already. And whilst I look for another position from the McLaren suited driver, I wasn't able to make it stick. It's more patient waiting now. I'm behind Bunny, so it's just watching for a decent opportunity to get past. They go deep into the lower pits and I look to cut underneath, but I got a tap from the rear, putting me into a little slide. Bunny looks to get past kart 17, but finds the barrier rapidly approaching them. I'm on the outside, but with more speed, get to the apex first. Kart 17 goes deep, ruining the whole sequence of corners, making this a pretty easy move up the inside. The McLaren driver now slides wide and I close right up, looking for that move. Which presents itself just moments later. It becomes a drag race up the ramp. I knew this kart was a slow one, but that was some comeback. I'm on the inside line though, so I can hold on to the place too, thankfully. Laps 4 and 5 were mostly spent catching up to the absolute train of karts ahead. I can spot Perico in this group, and it would be nice to pass him, wouldn't it? Around the outside of kart 11 felt pretty good to me. After Kartdemonium looks at passing Perico, he loses all momentum going up the ramp. Even my slow kart can pass them. For some reason though, I go for the exact same move the very next lap, and whilst it also doesn't work out for me, fortunately for me, I don't lose a position. I appear to have been caught. Perico locks up and I tries to squeeze past. Goose uses the gap though, so I squeeze him, but damn, he's made it through. A very late move at turn 1 sees Bottas going backwards now. With Perico trying to go around the outside of top pit's bend, Goose goes up his inside as I try to follow on the exit. My slow kart lets me down though, but that meant I could watch Perico's great comeback and dispatch Goose back behind me. You wait your turn. The other Josh, leading this train, does get a penalty for that late dive on Bottas at turn 1. This has got to be it. Perico was slow out of the hairpin, having moved to the tighter line. I force my slow kart to go as fast as it can up the ramp. And with a little help from Goose, I hold on to the inside line and I'm ahead. Now, the other Josh has put up a great defence on Perico up to this point, but can he keep that up against my home advantage? I switch back on turn 2 and try to squeeze him tight for top pit's bend, forgetting who was behind me. At least I'm able to hold Perico behind. Goose goes up the inside of the other Josh and I try to follow through. I'm on the outside in my slow kart. And whilst the other Josh holds the inside line, he can't quite manage it, finding the barrier as I finally get through. And from here, I just watch Goose disappearing. My only hope is that he gets caught up trying to pass the next kart. That's if we can catch them. On lap 22, whilst navigating through some back markers, a red flag appears. And Josh drives past Bunny, facing the barriers in a not very good way. With Bunny removed from the barrier, I'm waved straight past under the yellows. I'll take anything I can to try and catch Goose at this point. Goose now appears to have slowed down quite a bit. Is he waiting for me, or does he have a problem? He's almost in reach. It does look like he's waiting for me, which is fine until we have to go up a ramp. I do eventually get up the inside though, although I'm still sure he's just letting me past. I wave my hand to say my engine is poorly, so he helps me up the ramp. He sat behind for a couple of laps before getting bored and coming on past. Goose flaps his hands like a goose.
A goose!
And whilst I'm able to keep up for a while, it's not long before he starts pulling a gap on me. See that yellow suited driver on the other side? That's P3, target acquired. Several laps and a few back markers later and Goose has caught that yellow menace, but will he find his way past? It would seem so, but it didn't look a particularly clean move. So let's keep my head down and see if I can catch up. There's just one back marker between the menace and myself. It's Josh, who appears to slow on the racing line. As I wave thanks, the red flag appears. Kart 24, that's Josh's kart, no longer has the ability to move itself forwards. The engine is running, but the throttle pedal is no longer connected to it.
Right, we're going to go to upstairs pit lane. You're going to drive, you're going to steer, I'm going to drive.
So Chris drives Josh to the pits where he jumps into a nicely warmed up kart. That's something I may have influenced when I saw what one I had.
Get the spare one warmed up for me, ready? I've even been that generous, it's been on since the start, so it's nice and warm.
Now if I knew the spare kart was number 9, I'd have swapped into it on lap 1. Lucky Josh, well, at least for those remaining laps. With Josh now in a very quick kart, we return to yellows as Goose waves the yellow menace back in front, unhappy with his move from earlier on. Another red flag appears as the driver that was in P1 now finds themselves in the barrier. As we go back to green flags, I just need to get in front of Bunny, and then I might have a chance of putting Goose and the Yellow Menace under some extra pressure. That's Bunny dealt with. Now, where have those other two gone? You can tell me to go away all you want. I'm coming for you. I can almost reach out and grab them now. I'm that close. Oh no, you don't. You get back here. You can see the speed difference in the karts going up the ramps. This one is killing me here. That was us crossing the line for the final time. The race actually ended there, unfortunately, because, well, it could have been better. Let's continue this last lap. As JB Karting takes the win, the yellow flag comes out, and I'm half hoping the timing system is still running though. So I floor it up the ramp and try to beat Goose to the timing loop. It was close and I possibly made it, but the timing system was off. The race was counted as we finished lap 49. So after BIKC, I said I wanted to bring back some fun into my karting, and this did just that. Thank you for having me along, and I'll hopefully be able to join you on some future races too. A big shout out to Josh and JB Karting. The Perico community races have a Google Drive where they uploaded their footage to be used by anyone. I've borrowed Team Top Gun's footage too, so thanks. It's the karting community that makes these events fun. I'll leave links to other people's videos in the description, so be sure to check them out. Join onto Perico Karting's Discord server, and you need to see his video description for details if you'd like to join in when one of these races is near you. And my lights just died. The Grid Series videos should be my next set, but I'm not sure when they'll be. I've got an imminent arrival at home that I'm having to work all around. I'll explain that one shortly. So until the next time though, cheers.
An impressive drive, good job. Fair enough. Considering what I had to work with, he was pulling away on every straight. I cannot comment on it. I know, they're all the same, I know. Yeah, all the same. The is on. You have more grip. Yeah, I did.